We knew going into it that we weren't going to be finding trained actors because there really aren't any of that generation trained Inupiaq actors. Karen and I went on a big casting trip all over the Arctic. The guy who plays the dad, we couldn't go to his village, and so he sent us an email, and we sent him some sides and had him film himself and then upload onto YouTube. I knew Josiah, who plays Cully. I've known him since he was about 6 years old. He was just this really mouthy 6-year-old, just wouldn't shut up. The guy who plays Ivok I had known through a documentary that we shot. He was working with one of the subjects. He's an ivory carver, and we're doing a piece on another ivory carver. That's my hometown. I'm related to about half the people that you saw in the film. Communities up there are so tight, and everybody's related to everybody else if you just go back a few generations, which can make dating sometimes difficult. They just kind of functioned in a different way in terms of morality and in terms of dealing with things like crime and violence, and that was one of the initial things that got me interested in exploring the subject with the short and then carried over into the feature, because it's not that long ago that that the Western justice system wasn't up there, that there was a completely different method of resolving this kind of thing. I wanted to see what would happen with that. What happens to these kids when they have to exclude themselves from a community like that. There's good and bad. There's no anonymity, which can sometimes be stifling, but it's also so warm, and it can be forgiving, and it can be healing. And so, you know, I wanted to kind of get the feeling for both aspects, I guess. The part of the ending that I was interested in is what happens between the two boys, and how do they resolve it between themselves, and how do they figure out what kind of people they're going to turn into as a result of this. Definitely people are, you know, sometimes can get frustrated with, or sometimes can want to know what happens, but, you know, it's good. Maybe we'll have a sequel or something.